Also, we were working on this car. Customer brought the car, came in running, has a rod knock. He brought his own motor, long block, well, block and head, and we were supposed to transfer because this thing is a non-VTEC, and he brought a VTEC block or long block. So we were just supposed to transfer this head to the other block. Well, everything went south quick. He brought the motor that he brought. This is why I always tell you guys to check. He brought it over. He said he couldn't remember how he got it, but you guys can see the outcome. We were just supposed to put it in, but he said, you know what, let's put the non-VTEC head on this block. Good thing, good call. If we were just to put it in, this engine is no good. This thing is about to lock. Another thing is the pistons. They're really terrible on it. You guys can see it's got scoring on the cylinder walls. The pistons, all of them are like that. So yeah, these are the pistons that came off from the running car. They had a rod knock, severe rod knock. So what we were gonna do is we were gonna transfer these pistons into the block that has a rod knock, which it would be that one. But we stumbled on the crank, and that's when I decided I'm not gonna do it, because you guys can see the main bearing. It was weird because when this thing came in, somehow someone at one point, I don't think it was from factory, this thing was backwards. You guys can see that little notch. It was like that. That's how it came in. The moment I pulled it out, I saw that this was very dark, and when I was looking at it, I can see that somehow they misplaced it. So that's not how it goes. It goes like that. So I think this thing was starving for oil, because if you turn it around, the hole is not where it's supposed to go. You see that? So this thing was starving for oil, and it scarred the crank. And you can see the crank was turning different color. You guys can see it right here. The color on this, well, the camera doesn't really catch it, but that is a lot darker. And you can also see it over here. Let me turn this around. You can see how darker that one is from the rest. So I decided to call him, and I told him I wasn't going to be able to do the crank on that. We were going to transfer the crank and pistons to that block, and that's when we stumbled on those being. They were very scratched, and it was a no-go for me. I just couldn't do it. I told him, you know what, man, you guys remember when I went to the junkyard at 70% off, I came across that D17. Well, it was the same thing. We had to pull the head off of that D17 because we have to use the LX head, non-VTEC head. And yeah, that engine that we brought, it was very good. No oil burning, no nothing. The cylinder walls were very clean. You can tell how when an engine is running good. There you guys go. You guys, that's how you know when an engine's good. I've showed you guys multiple times in the other ones. Look at that. It's all same color, and it's very light color in there. It's not dark or anything. So yeah, so we used our block with his head, new gaskets, new everything. My helper's putting it back in, and we'll probably record when it's already done. But yeah, it kind of sucks for this guy because he brought all his parts. He just wanted to labor, and it turned out to be actually worse because we ended up spending more time taking those apart, trying to, make it work, but we just couldn't. We couldn't make it work. One bad crank, one bad cylinder, all right. So here we are. Stubborn Joseph. He decided to take the Suburban to California. It's a 10-hour drive. And we told him, don't take it. It doesn't work. He said, dude, it's cool. It's only reverse. It'll be fine. So 5 hours later, he calls me. He says the transmission is toast completely. It doesn't move at all. So then he was lucky because there was a relative right behind him, like 2 hours, that was heading Sacramento. And they were able to give him a ride. So he was able to get a ride, and he got to destination on time. But anyways, yeah, now here we are towing it with the wife. 2 days later, I drove same place. Good thing he had a spare set keys at the shop, and then me and the wife, we decided to tow it off the highway into another next exit, and then we were able to park it at a corner and or intersection, and then we were able to post it up for sale. That was my idea. See if it worked, and it seems like it worked great. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here. I mean, it's better than the highway. We're gonna post it up for sale. I'm gonna leave the keys on it or hitting, and then check these out. Freaking Joseph, he leaves a $500 check in his here in the glove box. So I'm just trying to help him out. I mean, it's better whatever, if somebody calls us or if they call us to move it, we're just gonna tell them, you know what, we're gonna send somebody, and then I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna give it a try. It's either this or it was just gonna get lost in the side of the highway and they're gonna tow it. So I'm trying to help my cousin now and just have him recoup some money back. Yeah, so I'll take his cup holder too. I mean, his coffee cup, because that would be the end of it. If not, they don't say anything because it's here. Hopefully we'll come and tow it back home, but we're trying to find out who can tow it back home, especially being a holiday. The good thing was that he left the he had a set of spare keys and he left them there at the house. So there's that. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and post it up. I'm gonna make actually a short video. Anybody looking for wants a Suburban really cheap, $650. It's here in Weed, California. Yeah, good engine, runs good, but transmission is shot. It doesn't move at all. It's just completely burned. First it was no reverse, now it's nothing forward or backward. Tires are like new all around. All right, so lesson learned for Joseph. We decided to park it, post it up for sale. As you guys can see here, I got a ton of calls and messages. Lesson learned is, and what this video is about, is if you have a car that you think is worth more than $1,000, you can pay the tow truck, pay somebody, or tow it yourself with another car just to the next exit, and just park it in a safe place, post it up for sale, and you know, you can deal with it. What I did here is the person that I thought he was serious, I told him, you know what, go to I'll send you the address where the vehicle is at. Send me a picture of your driver license and I'll tell you where the keys are at. And he did just that. At first he was kind of not wanting to do it. Then here's another person. This is the guy I would not send him or tell him where the keys are at. This is a scumbag. Can't believe he said that. Or